Hello everybody, Keisha the creator here, and I'm here today to give you my review on Ghost in the Shell. Okay, where to begin? Well, as y'all know, Ghost in the Shell was mostly about this normal police force that had people of mostly artificial intelligence. They still mostly were like normal humans thinking and feeling, but their minds were strongly advanced, like you would see in normal sci-fi robots. And it would seem that even if their bodies were destroyed, as long as their minds were still intact, they would just be attached to a different body, which is called ghosts. I gotta say, the first time I watched this, y'all may hate me for this, but this was not the first time I watched this. But the first time I watched this, I didn't fully finish it, because I wasn't interested enough. I was so confused whether to finish the whole thing or not. But I officially finished it. And what do I have to say about it? Well, let's get into it. So, the thing about Major is, she's an interesting character, don't get me wrong. The idea of how she is so self-aware about her existence, but at the same time still trying to do good in the world and everything, and trying to help as best as she can, I respect that. But it's like, at the same time, and y'all may hate me for this, I was not 100% interested in this story. Please do not hate me in the comment section down below. Listen, I'll give you my reasons of why I like this movie and why I, at the same time, don't think this is a movie series for me. Let me tell you why I like this movie. Okay, so the reason why I didn't completely hate this movie was because even though it was put in a more you have to be strictly well immersed into sci-fi knowledge in this, it at the same time made me interested because the characters were still some parts of human, showing some emotion like curiosity, recklessness, all that stuff. So that's what made me interested in continuing it. Like, let me tell you, if they didn't show these kind of emotions, let me tell you, I straight up would have been just like, nope, and just would have skipped the idea of watching this movie in general. Now, meeting the other police forces that were working with Major was definitely interesting, and I did enjoy each one of their personalities. Between the rookie police officer who was wondering why he was hired when he is so different from everybody else that is of higher intelligence in the story, to the guy who, I swear, I don't even remember all their names. I only remember Major's name, which is very bad if this is supposed to be the first movie. Like, in the first movie, you're supposed to almost remember every character's name, but it's like, they did not say these people's names enough that you remember it from my perspective. I'm not saying they weren't memorable, but from my perspective, the only one I can remember who actually was called by something was Major. Anyway, like I said, the idea, them like hunting for this puppet master who's apparently part of America and using illegal documents, and the idea of like ghosts being each person, like people's memories being rewritten, and them not even realizing that it's been rewritten, them not even knowing what is their true past and everything, that was really, I gotta be honest, that part was really interesting. I mean, think about it. The whole entire time, the people were living a lie, like thinking they had a family or something, when in reality, they were all just living by themselves. Heck, they could have even been an orphan or something. That part was interesting. Now, let me just tell you why, at the same time, I did not like this movie. Okay, one, there's too much freaking terms of, like, AI and, like, scientific use. Like, the idea of, like, they have a superior intelligence so they could be able to move from one body to another and wouldn't have to immediately they wouldn't need attention. Just would need a body to be able to fight, or to be able to walk anywhere. Because without that, their intelligence would wander off, and then it would barely be accessible. And I gotta be honest that the idea of, like, them having a superior brain that can just move to anybody that they choose is actually pretty interesting. And the ending part with spoilers of her ending up in a younger body, that actually was a pretty good ending. I like that because it gives many opportunities of her, exploring a different way of life, and that is interesting. I wish we had just focused on Major instead of the dang Puppet Master, because the dang Puppet Master was the weakest part of the story. No offense to anybody who liked the Puppet Master part of the story, but that was the weakest part. So this Puppet Master isn't really an AI, but just of intelligence, but of a kind of lower stat. But it eludes people into thinking it's a lower stat by making it seem like it can hack into anything. And I gotta be honest, it has proven real good with hacking into anything. But the reason why I just didn't find the Puppet Master interesting is, one, we barely get to see them all that much. So it's like, yeah. One thing I like about criminals is getting to actually know them. You know how they think it's stupid that the criminal reveals himself really too early? No, I like those terms, because when the criminal reveals himself, you get to know their personality, you get to know why they think this way, and you get to know everything about it. Don't get me wrong. Technically, he did explain why he was doing this stuff. It was because, even though he can clone himself, cloning himself is one thing, but keeping his original mind and everything intact is another, which is why he wanted to merge with Major in the first place. And that was an interesting bit. But if we had gotten his perspective way earlier, that would have been even more interesting. Heck, it would have got him and Major maybe to even, maybe they wouldn't even got a scene where him and Major were having a longer discussion than the one they had. Because that last moment where they were discussing about the merge, it was so rushed. And that's one thing I really didn't like about it, is how rushed that last scene felt. Like, everything was happening so dang fast. Like, the bodies getting destroyed. If the merge even completely happened. It's just, it happened way too fast. Now, if they had slowed down and gave me more time to process it, maybe it would have been better. But the fact that they went almost mega speed at the last moment, bad choice for a movie. Like, what was the rush? You couldn't have really slowed down a little bit and then put more action-packed things in there. And that's another thing I don't like about this. You know how most people do love action-packed stuff with very little dialogue and only in-between dialogues that make you understand the characters? I don't like that. And this thing had way too many action scenes. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it. They're always on the move. They're always trying to catch a criminal or something. I get that. It's understandable. I've watched many police movies. Don't think I'm new to this. But at the same time, it's like, slow down, man. You don't always have to have guns shooting everywhere. We could just have a relaxing moment, like those moments where the Major and that other guy were just sitting on the boat, just talking to themselves. We could have more moments like that. But it's like every moment we gotta be catch the criminal. We gotta shoot first, ask questions, probably almost never. And it's like, can we just take a breather and think about like vacation plans or something? And it's like they kind of were doing that when they were thinking about vacation plans, but it was like at the same time, I just could not handle how too much action there was and not enough talking. There should have been more. And I know most people get bored when those action shows have too much talking in it. Yeah, but don't you also get bored when there's always too much people shooting and everything? Because I know I did. I've never gotten so tired of hearing gunshots. Never. And I've watched so many police shows where they be shooting so many times that I swear I can almost name how many times they used a gun. But still, those are my only real complaints on why I just won't finish the rest of the Ghost in the Shell series. It's just not my cup of tea. But hey, I still did get a heck out of it. Because if I didn't, this thing would have been 3 minutes long instead of 11 minutes long. So y'all better be happy that I actually really enjoyed it and gave my intense details on why I actually enjoyed it. And the idea of like somebody in like another district that was shown to not have that many people of higher intelligence actually be the one to be behind the whole puppet master thing was kind of interesting as well. That's all the praise I gotta give to it. I give Ghost in the Shell a 6 out of 10. Sorry, people. Like I said, just not my cup of tea. But hey, if you really like sci-fi, this is the movie for you. Along with some police drama. So, like and comment, subscribe. I'm also going to be giving him my review today of Akira. So, look out for that. This is going to be... And I'm also going to give out my final review of Violet Evergarden with Violet Evergarden, the movie. There's also going to be my review of Princess Mononoke. So, I hope y'all enjoy those ones when they come out. Bye.